Hello, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role playing games with friends. It's Saturday as we start this recording, which means it is Star Wars Saturdays, which is an ongoing anthology campaign that I've been running for several years. And what I do is I run it for the Open Hearth community. I take different indie small press RPGs, and we hack, spin, drift, whatever, and say, boom, it's in Star Wars now. We've done over 100. I think we're up to 105 or so that I've facilitated or participated in as part of Star Wars Saturdays. It's pretty great. The one we're playing right now, we're playing for a whole quarter, and it is called Jedi Hearts. This is our second session of Jedi Hearts. Jedi Hearts is a game that's a hack of Masks, A New Generation. Masks is empowered by the Apocalypse superhero, young superhero RPG that I love and maybe have played more than any other game besides D&D question mark. I didn't track my plays of D&D back in the day. I have tracked my plays of Masks, and it is the most tracked game that I have played by far. Um, Not that I'm an expert. I just played it a lot. You know, it's like folks that, I've played a lot of chess, but am I good at chess? No, not so good at chess. Do enjoy it though. Masks, less with chess. We are as 2026. I'm running games set in the Clone Wars era, and the PCs are all Padawans. They're currently on Coruscant. Coruscant is the capital of the Republic, and there is a gigantic Jedi temple there. Anyone who's watched the Clone Wars TV series knows what I'm talking about. Anybody who hasn't, go watch the Clone Wars TV series. It's great. Or Maul, which is awesome. Like, made me giggle at moments during the first two episodes that have come out. Very, very cool. You might notice if you're watching the video, we are down a player, and Greg needed to leave the series for personal issues. Wish you well, Greg. We love you, buddy. So let's go around the horn and talk. Do a quick intro of the folks who are here and playing today. I'm going to start from the right hand side of the character keeper, heading towards the left. And Dash, if you could introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your character.
Yeah, I'm Anders, he, him. I'm playing Mil Tassan, she, her. She is the Rancor playbook, which is the bull in Masks. She was found on the deeper levels of Coruscant by her current master, Vulvif Mon. Is that his name? Mon? Yeah, Mon. He's Shistavanen. And yeah, she's angry.
Yep. Literally angry. Like the character has the condition, which is perfect. Awesome. Kay, you're up next.
Hey, um, I am Kay. I use the she, they pronouns. I'm playing Evnos Rozolozol. He is our disciple. His master is Sacy Tim, and yeah, last time he got in touch better with the Force after someone who won't be named totally messed everything up, and it wasn't his fault that he couldn't focus. But he got back to it and they saw an interesting vision, and hopefully these insights will help.
We shall see. Mark, you are up next.
I'm Mark, he and them, and I'm playing Alali Holstack, who is the Hotshot playbook. Um, um, yeah, I meditate real good. I don't know why anyone would have a problem in meditation chambers with me. I'm good at everything, so I don't care what anyone thinks, for sure.
Oh, you're on mute, Rich.
Thank you. That's great. And last but not least, Stephen, please tell us about your character.
Hi, my name is Stephen. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing Thana Boer, whose pronouns are they, them. And Thana is an albino Moncal, um, like what we saw in Revenge of the Re Return of the Jedi and in some of the prequel movies as well. Um, and uh, I'm playing the Scarred Playbook, and I've got a big chip on my shoulder, and I try to show off what I can do. I've been rejected by my people, um, but luckily the Jedi took me in, and but I think there's still some resentment with others and others in the temple. And let's see, I try to show off what I can do and that I'm better, but I think I'm very insecure at the same time.
In near the end, the vision that was witnessed by both Thana and Evnos was of an ancient looking building of stone and a pair, Kit Fisto, as well as Kit's former Padawan Nadar Veb, the two of them in trouble, several clone troopers alongside them, and some kind of monster that they faced. Thana and Evnos, you reported that, if I recall correctly, to the Jedi Master who was there attending the session.
Yes.
So I have a question. This is for the group of you. Nadar Veb had a Padawan who is here in classes alongside you. If you take a look at the NPCs, those are one of them in the Padawans section. I am highlighting them. Koi Krim, Sylphony Sissy, Akil August, Gavid Lago, Valiara, Vali Ayer, Warbot Narno, Gili Mumo, Tekla Gizzard, Vance Nokel, and Chora Mason are the options. Who do we think studies under Nadar Veb?
So I
Can
think
I
there's
ask,
a couple of. Go ahead.
can I ask a terrible I don't know Star Wars question?
Of course.
Who are the separatists?
They're your enemies. So they're the separatists are the Confederation of Independent Systems who have broken away from the Republic and have instigated this titanic war across the galaxy. They believe that the Republic is corrupt and that they claim that they want self-determination. They have an army of droids, and they're mostly villain coded in the Clone Wars series, but some of them are not terrible individuals. Does that make sense? Is that fair?
Um, they're not. I mean, the nuance is that they're not wrong, but they're being taken advantage of, by forces that want to push war.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you for the explanation. I appreciate that.
Hey, no problem. Happy to talk it through. I want to make sure that it's clear.
I was going to suggest, as far as Padawans, we saw a couple last session. One was, I think, was in the duel, was around the duel or something. Wasn't that Akil?
Around the duel was Volley and Warbot, and Akil was in
Oh,
the
Akil
meditation.
was proud of me for being a piece of shit. Yeah.
I was just
He's
going to say,
impressed. He's like,
maybe
all
the
right.
ones that we saw last week are either embarrassed that they didn't see the vision, or embarrassed that they were involved in a duel or watching a duel instead of helping their master.
Ooh, that feels volley coded to me to be like I was watching a duel and now I feel bad that I was not there for supporting my master. I assume also the huts are separatists because that feels accurate, so I feel like that could be a interesting combo thought.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anyone want to counter to the idea of volley being the Padawan of? Okay. Thank you very much.
Um, Two things. One, just to give some background since we're talking about it now. The Huts are a criminal cartel, as are the Pikes, which is right above Volley, and then to the right is like that's it says Kasurian.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't the cat people who are slavers, are they?
No, they are not.
Oh,
She is not a
okay,
cat person.
okay.
Kasurian actually, I think, was one of the sequel series. Hey, let's make our own
Hmm.
alien species. They look a little Deveronian to me.
It's just whenever we were talking earlier before the game, you mentioned that there would be a Pike Padawan, and everyone was, oh, and that's because they're like, you know, part of a syndicate, part of
Mm-hmm.
a crime family.
Yes, they are. Cool. Thank you for answering that question. We. Oh, sorry. I thought I heard somebody say something. We're going to skip past that moment when you report to the vision that you've seen. And I'm going to start with a group scene with all four of you. And the area, if you go to our Jedi Temple, actually, where I would like for this to take place is at the Temple dorm rooms. So let me share that link with you all of the cool little picture. And then just for fun, I'll display that to the group. This is the area where your characters stay, their little abodes. Uh, as you can see, there are two bunks to each of the rooms, then desks, and I'm I'm not sure. I don't think. Yeah, we have like a little fridge, maybe chairs. I don't think there's a lavatory in this area. It's probably through this doorway to a common area, showers and refreshers and the like. Anything else I'm missing about these individual rooms that folks are seeing or want to highlight? Is that one desk and then a cabinet,
I think
maybe?
I think it's two desks. One just doesn't have the light on.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, because my first thought was two desks, but then I thought that might have been part of a cabinet. I think two desks makes most sense because then it's like split in half, two rooms. And oh, look, you guys have cute little rugs. Didn't even notice that during that. So I guess it's like a metal or stone floor. So I am curious. Ooh, rooms with whom? Let's
Hmm.
let the one who's been with the Jedi the longest, Evnos, you get to choose of these rooms here. I'll try to make it easy. I could have done this before, but I didn't. Sorry about that, but I'll put numbers. Cool. So, Evnos.
I think he's in four.
Okay, cool. And then let's go with Nil. Where do you imagine Nil is?
So we're not sharing rooms, or
You
are we?
certainly are. You're going to have a roommate. I'm just
Yeah,
letting you choose where you start off with. But yeah, you will have a roommate. Thank you for asking for
yeah.
clarification's sake.
Well, it. I think it's most fun if I share a room with my rival. So I guess I'm also in four. If that's okay with you, Kay.
Oh yeah, expect to be just absolutely written about keeping things organized. Or actually, or is it more fun if Evnos is messy, but tries so hard to be organized?
I like the messy, but like organized about everything else except when it's their room. They
Yeah,
are
yeah, his room's a disaster, so you'll have to deal with that now.
I
Such a
mean, we are
disaster.
teenagers, so
Yeah, this is true. We are teenagers, yeah.
lovely. Let us next ask our hot shot.
I think probably as far away from Evnos as possible. So the top bunk in one.
Okay. And then our outcast. Thana, where are you?
I think I'm also in one.
Fun. Look at you guys. I love how every time I do it keeps I gotta stop doing that. Don't if I hit a space, all right, and then I think, yeah, if I undo. There we go. Awesome. Let's stick some other Padawans who are in rooms 2 and 3. So we'll circle back around to Evnos. Kay, pick one of our Padawans who bunks down in either 2 or 3.
Let's put a keel in two.
Okay. And then Nil, choose another and the room that they're in.
Who is that?
And Dash, if you could, choose uh,
yeah.
someone
Sorry,
else. It's
I
okay.
was just talking to myself and trying to figure out. So we put a kill in there. I think it would be fun to put him with, let's say, Warbot.
Oh man, that is an odd couple. I love it.
But I feel, for some reason, I feel like they would get along.
It's great. I love that. That's awesome. Okay. Mark, if you could choose someone who's in room 3.
Let's put Quay in there.
Oh, good. And then Steven, who is in Quay's room.
Volley is in Quay's room.
Oh, perfect.
And I also think that Thana, I was originally um, in Quay's room,
Hmm,
and Quay asked to have me transferred out, and that's
That's
how I ended
great.
up in yeah Alia's room.
He would. I mean, he really would. You're weird. You're unsettling. That's so good. Perfect. Excellent. So I would love at this point for each of you to think for a moment or two about what your night routine might be. What I'd like is just a vignette um, where we see each of you going through your night routines, and then I'm gonna throw you into a completely unrelated scenario, but I just want to have that taste of what you're like. So, Alali, what is Alali's evening routine as it goes? What does she work out? What does she care about? How does she prepare herself for rest?
I feel like I feel like she's the kind of person who needs to be sent to bed and then stays up reading or watching something on her data pad as long as she can in bed.
Amazing.
probably under the covers.
Oh, that's great. And Thana, how what is your night routine and how do you handle Alali's steadfast refusal to sleep and relax and meditate on things, especially tonight after having seen that disturbing vision?
So my night routine is of my uh because of my biological needs, I need to be in a very damp area.
Hmm.
So I think that I usually in the evening spend a good deal of time um in a tank and then come back with like a gel applied to my skin. Um, and when I come back, I think the bed is set up for amphibious, races. So it's kind of damp and squishy. And I go immediately to sleep, right? Yeah. It's a waterbed. That's hilarious. Um, so I go immediately to sleep because it's the most comfortable time for me. And I really don't like it if a lolly wakes me up. So I've complained a lot about any noise or light or anything like that.
Oh goodness. That's great. That's great. Nil, what about your evening routine?
Yeah, whatever they've been doing during the day, however tiring it's been, Neil goes for a run in the evening. But this isn't primarily for physical exercise. It's just that it means she can go outside and see the stars. Because that is still weird to her to have like a sky above, and she's like still has feels childish wonder at the stars.
That's amazing. Have you ever shared this going out on a run with anyone?
No, I think she does it. I think she intentionally does it alone because she doesn't want to share that with anyone. So I can do that in the future instead.
That's
Of
great.
course.
Oh, it's a perfect choice. I'm 100% wholeheartedly agree with that. Which of the Jedi Masters is either aware of or approved you going out on runs by yourself as a little Padawan?
Oof. Now you're asking me difficult
You
questions.
can think about it. I'll jump
Yeah,
over.
I need to
Evnos,
look at
while
them.
you're looking over that, Evnos, what is your night routine like? You slob.
Yeah. I think he's probably the last one back to the dorms. He spends quite a bit of time doing whatever the Jedi equivalent of katas are, which are like the little like individual
Mm-hmm.
exercises. Like whatever they learned that day, he's relearning it a second time after it's all done and is focusing on that and trying to do everything as precisely as possible. And he also tends to linger a bit in the common space right before he goes to his room, sort of just almost waiting there in case someone needs something. Um, like he knows that this is kind of like a this is hard and this is a lot. And I think uh having been here the longest, he's the most familiar with a lot of the different things. And I think it hasn't happened in a while because they're older now, but I think he used to console a lot of the other younglings who were like very sad to be away from home and like found themselves in this new place. And so he kind of has like, for lack of a better word, like office hours in the common space, like right before bed, like the last hour before he'll go to sleep in a decently timely manner because the early bird gets the worm or something like that.
Nice. Oh, that's great. He's the best boy. Who among the Padawans have you recently has come to the office hours, Evnos?
Let's see who is recent.
Or is it Volley tonight? Like fretting over her where her
Oh,
master might be.
yeah, I think it could be Volley, or I was going to suggest Chora Mason since we haven't seen them yet, but either or
Okay.
is fine.
I think I'll go with the immediacy
Yeah.
of Valier, but we will keep that in mind
Yeah,
for
I think yeah, and he's next to him and there's this tea he has prepared and he's made a cup and handed it off to Vali and he's like doing that like nodding and like listening. He's not really saying much, but it's kind of letting her just like blurt all of her emotions out and get it out of her system.
nice. Yes, I think Volley is maybe has too much emotional attachment because she feels very guilty and is quite upset about what might have happened to Nadarveb. Uh, so Nil, who's aware of the runs and approves?
Uh, Sindrolig, if that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah. Oh, the super strict one. I love that.
Yeah,
Discipline,
discipline.
repetition,
Yeah,
and technical mastery. And yes,
because physical exercise, doing the same thing every day, that sounds like his kind of deal.
yes. He's very much a fan. Sorry, I just want to take a quick note. So, each of you in turn lay to sleep. Some going to sleep much earlier than others. Alali, probably the last one to crash out, watching another episode of. I don't know if she hate watches or enjoys Clans of the Clanless, but that is a soap opera, uh, Star Wars equivalent of Sanctuary Moon. There we go. That sounds awesome. And each of you, as the, those last thoughts of the day, you find yourselves thinking about your lightsaber, about where it comes from, and how it came to life in your hand. And that is when we do a star wipe to a flashback. Um, there's a new tab to our character keeper called the Younglings. This is a flashback to when you, as younglings, went to the planet of Jeddah. Jeddah, as seen in Rogue One, is a planet that was very rich with kyber crystals at the time of the Clone Wars. I have revealed a tab with some inspirational pictures of Jeddah at that time. Jeddah City is a wait. I see a note. Okay, that's a smile. Jeddah City is where we begin this flashback sequence to you as younglings. So I have, through the magic of Nano Banana, created very, very young versions of your characters. I apologize. I got excited about this idea and spent way too long. So I hope you don't hate it. But man, they're so adorable. And Evnos's picture is too CGI, but also just so cute. Lil Nil has Wednesday Adam vibes for sure. Yeah, yeah. I specifically asked for a very angry expression and Dish because I know you've got a vibe for this character, so hopefully that matches. Awesome. There are not many pictures of young Monkal, but I did find a Monkal Padawan and was able to do some like skin recolors and stuff, so I was pretty happy about that one. So, anyway, sorry, enough talk about pictures. Let's play a game. You will notice that in this version of your characters as younglings, you do not have playbook moves. You do not have a playbook. You're you're basically the standout from Apocalypse World 3rd Edition. You have the basic moves. You do have access to conditions, and just because of to for the lack of like I don't want to make it super confusing, any XP you earn in your flashback will be applied to your character now. Right? You're remembering things you learned that maybe you have forgotten. Um, you will notice that no one has a condition, whereas in the current timeline you do. That is because each of you must choose one condition that you are carrying into this moment. What this flashback is the gathering, a time when you came with a pair of Jedi Masters to Jeddah to seek out the Kyber crystal that you would place inside the lightsaber hilt that you have, and then you would have your first lightsaber. So, feel free to talk it out. It looks like several people have already. I would like it if folks like didn't duplicate, if you don't mind. I think it would be interesting if we explore multiple conditions.
Alali is definitely going for insecure because that's the foolhardy action one.
And Thana's going for afraid.
Um, I need to check this.
Also, in the moves, there is some talk of the conditions down on row 92, if that is easier for you to read through. I've highlighted it, so if you pop to me, it should take you to that cell.
I go for guilty. I think Neil feels that she has failed at something before we got here.
We can explore that as we go. That sounds awesome.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is there a chance, or could it be said that someone could have done this before and just like not found a crystal, or like for some reason, like,
Uh-huh.
okay, cool, I'm gonna go hopeless.
Yes,
Oh,
it is
that's great.
possible. So, one thing I want to make clear, my expectation with this flashback is this is a memory of all of you as a group going out and finding your Kyber crystal. I know that does give a little bit of safety netting, but also, like, if you didn't find your Kyber crystal, that would be kind of weird. Um,
Oh, I was just thinking he's done this before, so that's why he's feeling hopeless now because it
That
hasn't
sounds
happened
great.
in the
That's
past.
great. Absolutely. That works 100% within my concept. I'm telling the players this is the flashback to when you got your Kyber crystal. I'm getting inspiration. There was this thing that this Mark Major guy said on Roll for Mutation, where he was talking about the Rocky and Bullwinkle RPG and how he found it fascinating that the scenes are framed as this is you getting to X point. And I said, that sounds really smart. And I trust Mark's instincts. I want to try that out. This is me trying that out. You are my victims. Um, so, with that in mind, you enter, you come down. I'm imagining that it's not in a Jedi Starfighter. You're traveling as a group. So you are in a freighter, a small freighter. It is nice. It is not broken down because we're in Republic times and you're Jedi, so you're rolling, which juxtaposes very heavily against Jeddah. Jeddah itself is, and I had to double and triple check, but Jeddah looks like it would be an arid, hot world, but it is not. So it is arid and it is dusty, but Jeddah itself is a is known as the pilgrim moon and the cold moon. Another name for it is the Khyber Heart. It's a small desert moon, but it's a cold desert, which I thought was really fascinating. I don't feel like Rogue One really communicated that, but I'm okay with it because I think it's interesting, and it gives it like a different texture to me than, oh, it's not Tatooine. It's like it's another Tatooine. It's definitely not. Very populous. meaning lots of people. And Jeddah is known as being like the Kyber moon is spiritually significant. It is important to the Jedi, and home to one of the first civilizations to explore the nature of the Force. It was important to the Jedi Order. However, there is no active Jedi temple on Jeddah. And I had a cool thing that I was going to do that I have to do now because I forgot to do it when I planned on doing it. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, how do I do this? I go over here. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, geez, stop clicking buttons, Rich. This is so bad. I have a different background. Okay, weird. So they now have moved video and effects to the side panel, and that is a pisser. So that's what was wrong. All right, there we go. And now I'll turn. Boom! Yay! We're in Jeddah City! Yay! Hooray! Sorry, it was cooler in my head, and then I was committed to it. Now we're here. So we begin with this flashback with this shuttle settling down, gangway opening, and our adorable little younglings walking down the gangway together. What is the expression that we see on Alali Holstock's face as you step into Jeddah City, which with its loud, uh, raucous people? You could hear hawkers from the bazaar. You see these weird tall neck camel creatures that lumber past. And what do we see on Allie's expression or on her face, her reaction?
Yeah, this is like being in like we just got out of the car in the parking lot at Disney World. And Ollie is just incredibly excited, and like probably has to be physically restrained from just bolting out to explore stuff.
Amazing, amazing. What do we see for Evie? How is Evie reacting to this new
Yeah,
place?
Evie. So it's not new. Evie's been here, or are there
Oh,
other
that's
places
right.
for kyber crystals?
Sure, if you
Or
wanted to have been to Jeddah City, that's great. That means
yeah,
maybe someone will remember you.
yeah. So I think Evie is. So Evie, I've already decided. Evie had a growth spurt later. He is a shorty McShort short just because the way he looks the tiniest in the pictures. Uh, And so I think he's somehow trying to make himself smaller, shrinking himself, kind of standing like doesn't seem to even want to leave the like little ship they landed on, like the kid who's standing like close to his mom's legs sort of vibes. But his mom is a ship. And it's like I don't think he's even fully like he needs to take one more step to actually be off the ship or off like the little downward plank that
Hmm.
comes down.
Awesome. Uh, Nil, what about you? What's your reaction to this? What's your expression? Is this your first time off world?
Yeah, absolutely. Which means this is the first time Neil has been on a planet with a natural environment because
Oh, that's true.
Coruscant is all constructed city. So I think she's
Like
like,
thousands of times constructed, right? Because
yeah, yeah,
each
yeah.
level is a new layer, and
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think she like walked down the plank and then kind of stopped and just looks at the ground and kind of like very gingerly steps out onto the dirt and kind of like poking at it with her feet and then like hunkering down to just feel it with her hands. I mean, there's dirt, but this is
Sure.
like earth dirt, which
Yeah.
is
Not
something
planned.
different.
It's not imported. It's
Yeah.
natural.
Hmm.
That's
It's
awesome.
dirt that you walk on, which is not something that happens a lot on Coruscant.
And then Thana, I'm curious how you react to this very arid, very alien environment.
Do you mind if I bring in like a guest star?
Sure.
Yeah. So I think we see a droid come out from the gangplank, and Thon is actually kind of cowering behind them, and they're carrying like a large. It's not a toolbox; it's bigger than that, like almost a the size of a small picnic table kind of seat, and they walk down the gangplank, and Thon is like kind of cowering behind them, like, you know, as if they can hide behind whatever's happening. And they set down this toolbox looking thing and flip it open, and it forms like a little tool bench. And they, you know, as Thon is looking at this, doesn't even notice whenever the droid walks back up the gangplank and is all of a sudden Thon's exposed and coughs a little bit because, you know, I think the coughing fit from the arid air that's around caught them by surprise, and then looks around like it can't just be me out in the middle of nowhere, and kind of, ducks behind the toolbox, the tool bench now, and, is looking around at everyone else, wide-eyed.
Lovely. After the four of you all walk down, or eventually like hide for a bit, we see two Jedi Masters who come out from behind you. The first is Saisi Tin or Teen, the Iktochi, who is the Master of Evnos, Razalazal. And we also, and I'll go ahead and put a little, just a reminder that this character is engaged in this particular scene. And also we see the Weequay Sora Bulk. And Sora is the master of Ali Hulstuck.
Are they our masters right now, or are we still like uncategorized?
So I think that I will, so that's the eventual. I'll ask you, I'll put this in your court. Has Stacey Teen chosen Evnos as their, because you're not a Padawan yet, you're just a youngling. So I'll leave this up to you. What do you think for
I don't
Evnos?
think so, because I think he'd feel a little. I don't think he'd be feeling helpless if he had an assigned master.
Great. And then what about Lolly?
I think it's like probably not official yet, but it's probably the like foregone conclusion that that's going to happen.
Yeah, it's like he's doing his, I'll make my final choice here. If she blows this, then probably not, but as long as you pull this off. Now, I want to throw this out. This is to the play group before we jump into some scenes. I think it would be interesting if we create a Padawan, a youngling, who is here with the four of you, who is not at the school, and who does not make it off of Jeddah City to return with you, but will probably show up later. Is that interesting to people? Okay, cool. So let's do this piecemeal. First thing, what species is this youngling? If you need help, the names and species helper is there for you.
Can they be like whatever? What is Volk? Volk is
Weequay.
no, sorry, not Volk. Am I getting the names wrong? The Wolf Man.
Oh, it's Shistavan?
Just Davin, yeah,
Shistavanen?
just
Could be.
Davin.
All right, so we have on there possible Wolfman. Other votes? Okay, no opposition. It's a Shistavanen. So gender representation or presentation?
Let's go with female.
Okay. Female Shistavanen. Sounds good. Uh, yeah, this is interesting, man. Let's see what other things. Who among you is closest to this little youngling?
Holly probably thinks Wolfman's real cool. Wolf Girl, super cool. So, yeah.
Who has fought with this person before, argued with them before?
I have.
What was the most recent disagreement or fight with them about?
Um, I think I think I see them as a bit of a bully. And they are, whether they're actually doing that or not is up to, up to perspective. But, I think I pushed back and they've I think I pushed back by I haven't turned them in. Um, but I've refused them. No, you can't have my lunch. No, you can't go in front of me, that kind of thing.
Oh, nice. Good stuff. How does the name? I just looked in Wikipedia because how could I have imagined this was going to be Wolfman? Which I'm into it, but I was looking at some Shistavinin names. How does the name Cyril strike, folks? Cyril Rec. Okay,
Sound good?
excellent. I'm not. I'm tempted to, but I'm not going to go look for children Shistavinin. Just imagine a little wolf creature, cute, adorable wolf girl. Awesome. So I imagined that when Alala, when you go down, you're there, you're about to bound off. Nil is near you, and then bounding down, a very excited Cyril
Mhm.
kind of elbows Thana on their way past and comes down and tackle hugs you. This is so great. We need to
I
go to the
know.
shard market. Yeah, we need to go. And that is when the masters appear, and Sacy Teen says, "Children, children, attend me, younglings. Good, thank you. The time has come for you to build your own lightsabers. Be warned, this is no simple task, and many perils lie ahead of you. Where we are going here in Jeddah City, there is no place more sacred to the Jedi." Sora Bulk says, "A Jedi is the Force made physical. A great responsibility comes with this power. How do you protect others? It is with your lightsaber. Today, each of you will build your own. But first, you must harvest your own crystal. The Kyber crystal is the heart of the lightsaber. It focuses the Force from the Jedi. Trust yourself, trust each other, and you will succeed. Once you have found your crystal, return to the ship where we await you. We will leave as daylight ends." And then Sacy Teen says, "You will find in Jeddah City that there is a shard market. You must not travel to the Kyber shard market in an attempt to gather a crystal. They will not be attuned to you. The force there is noisy and cluttered and confused." And then Sora Bulk says, "May the force be with you, younglings. We will be here, but this journey is your own." So, uh, I'm assuming that Allie is gonna take off.
Yeah, I don't want to plan ahead too much, but I think me and Cyril take off together. Yes.
That sounds awesome. Cyril is happy to run along with you, and I think what Cyril says is, "Let's go to the shard market."
Okay.
Great, awesome. So it's fantastic. You guys head to, and again, this is a cold area, but the sun is still present, and the shard market is pretty easy. You can sense it. Just the
Mhm.
sheer amount of Kyber calls to you, but it is nearly as noisy as the people who are haggling over them. But there are a number of those tent poles up with the drapes of various cloth, like not a full on tent, but just I'm not sure what that's called. But do you get do
Like
you
a
pick up?
stall kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
denoting various stalls.
Yeah.
You see people have converted like
Awnings.
thank
Mhm.
you. That
Mhm.
is a
Mhm.
much better term. Awesome. So tons of awnings of various colors. It's very vibrant. You hear this music, this reedy style of music playing, and lots of people like bumping into each other and moving, chattering. And you and Cyril are looking around. People have tables out with various crystals, and some of them you can already tell, oh, that's definitely not a Kyber crystal. It's just stuck in with all the other things. Um, as you do, one of the merchants says, "Oh, children, children, I recognize on you. You are younglings, yes? Here for crystals? I have crystals. What do you do?"
Um, I think like Cyril and I want to get matching crystals.
Matching crystals, you
Yeah.
say? I have a small selection of matching crystals. These are all legitimate Kyber crystals. I'm sure you will sense this. And then he unrolls, and you see there are several crystals that are similar colors,
Mhm.
um, and they, uh, Ali, they all call to you. There are these, there are these reddish ones, and then these other like orangish ones, and then these white crystals, and they, all of them are calling to you.
Let's assess the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. So, being insecure, you have no negative on assessing the situation. And so we take a look at our basic moves. That's all you have access to here, not having a playbook technically. And you assess with consular.
Sure, which is a 1.
All right. These
Alrighty.
are cool little.
That's a 13.
Wow, you know all the things. That's fantastic. Okay, so on a 10 plus, you get to ask 2 questions, and you get to, when you act on those answers, you take a +1 forward in doing that move.
Um, what here can I use to find the best crystals for us?
Ooh, what here can you use to find the best crystals for you? Um, of course, you reach out with a force, and what you know is that there are there are 2 orange crystals there, but they are calling only to you. If you
Mm.
choose only one of them and give the other to Cyril, it will not heed her call.
And how can we best end this quickly?
This merchant is, you sense in them that they think they have an excellent opportunity. Um, they do not want credits from you. They want a promise.
Ooh. What kind of promise do you want?
Oh. So the best way to end it quickly is to, yeah, just agree to whatever it is that they ask for.
Yeah.
Uh, Fantastic. So, oh, which ones do you like?
We like the orange ones.
Cyril says, yeah, orange ones. Uh-huh, I can feel it. And she reaches and she grabs for one, and
Yeah.
he takes hold of her hand. First, I must have from each of you a promise for a service in the future. You are only younglings now.
But we're going to be Jedi soon.
Indeed. You see, having a friend who is a Jedi is always valuable. I know that you are aesthetic and you do not carry many, if any, credits, and that
Or
is
what?
meaningless to me. You offer me this promise that in the future I may call upon you for a service as I am helping you to achieve what you need.
Yeah. And then we get the crystals for free. That's great. Yeah. Let's do that. What could
Uh,
possibly go wrong?
Great. And so he says, "There you go." And he hands each of you get your orange crystal. We
Would
will.
you call that foolhardy?
That's pretty foolhardy. Yeah.
All right. I think we can like take the crystal, like run off and like we're miming sabers while holding them,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
making
Yeah,
noises
that's
with our
great.
mouths. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Awesome. So let us now. Great job. Really enjoyed that. That was fun. Let us jump to our next youngling. Let's go with Fauna. Fauna, how do you approach this? You saw the two best buds with that bully, Cyril, run off.
I think once Cyril kind of steps out and, is out of the area, I relax a little bit. I step out and I look around and I think I see Evie, and I know Evie's been here before. And I think I go over to Evie and I say, I'm going to follow you. You know where to go.
Oh man, that's like Fauna saying, "I know you've been here before,
Yeah,
loser."
yeah. Evie had this entire time has just been looking at their shoes, like when the speeches were happening, the whole thing when they're like, we leave by dark and da da da. Um, and Evie's like, that might not be a good idea. And Evie still hasn't like taken that final step.
Oh, you still haven't even like all the speech happened down there, and you're still up in the ship. You haven't even left. That's
Yeah,
so
he's on like
sad.
the plank, and so he's got like one foot on the ground and one foot kind of on the plank still. Like,
Fauna, are you trying to offer some comfort or support here?
I was just looking that up. I think I am. I think I I believe in you, and I think you can help us all. Um, don't worry, we'll do our best to help you. No, we'll do our best to make sure that um, we don't fail you. Yeah, and that is angry, is that
It
right? Oh
is
no,
ordinary. We're rolling
ordinary.
with ordinary. 2d6
And
plus
I'm
1.
rolling flat. Okay, that's an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
On a hit, they hear you. So you get through to them, and you, Evnos, can choose one. You can mark potential, clear a condition, or shift two labels if you open up to Thana.
and I think Evie looks up at you finally from the ground, and their eyes are like that big and wet, like they're not crying yet, but it's clear like the tears are gonna kind of come. And he's like, I don't know what'll happen if I can't find it again. Where am I gonna go?
Um, I we're all scared of that, and I think that you know you know where not to go. So I think by starting someplace else, it's even you have a smaller area to look for.
No, I mean, where do I go if I don't find one this time again?
Well, that's not going to happen. We're all going to find one.
Promise? And he's gonna like whatever the Star Wars equivalent of pinkies, pinky out going, yeah.
I think it is that, and I reach up and I have like a webbed hand, and I reach over and kind of grasp your pinky as best I can. I'm like, promise, we'll get through it.
All right, I'm gonna clear hopeless and uh yeah, and Evie sort of looks up, nods, uh and like doesn't pull their finger away as they sort of get this look over them that's very like I have a mission. Uh and goes to lead you by your hold on their pinky out towards an area where he hasn't specifically searched, but he knows other younglings have had success.
So I think we're walking through crowds,
Oh yeah.
and there's like a lot of business that's going on here, like a bazaar and that kind of thing. And as we go through this crowd, there might even be a celebration or a loud bar or something like that. And um, in the process of that, um, the noise and the people scare me, and we get separated.
Oh, oh, I love that. We get separated, and I think,
I love this players giving heart moves. It's great.
yeah, and I think we see like Evie realize that the hole isn't there, and he does like a 360, like looking around, and there's the direction he was going to go in, to get the crystal. And then he just has like this like quick beat of his heart, and he knows the opposite direction of that is where Thana is. And without even taking a breath or a moment to think, he charges in the direction where Thana is where Thana has been taken, or not well, taken, but would have towards Thana,
Yeah.
instead of towards crystals.
And what Thawne did is basically, as the crowd came out, it scared them and they ducked into like a little, I think like an alley, and there's a crevice, and crawled down to get away from all the people into a quieter area. And there's like underneath, there's like almost sewers and caves and that kind of stuff where it's much more quiet. And I think it's a little bit more humid, and mm, their coughing stops. They're not, rasping as much as they had been because it's a little bit, it retains a little bit more of the water, and heads down one of the directions into the darkness.
And I think we see really quick, so you're going further, and we see Evnos at this sort of entry hole, and there's like a little scrap of like youngling uniform on like the edge of the hole,
Mhm.
uh, where maybe like when Thana like went in, part of their uniform got taken, and we watch as Evnos takes a deep breath and gets this very like serious, when little kids have like really serious expressions on their face, like they're gonna, yeah, and just go like he's a shorty McShort, so he doesn't even have to very bend as much, and just he goes right into the darkness where he knows Thana is somewhere down there. You're
You're on
muted,
mute.
Rich.
Recognize the minute I said the word Evnos as you hear Thon ahead of you and know, oh, I can head this way and find them. You sense something, a presence, someone calling for help, and it's in the complete opposite direction. What do you do?
I go to the person calling for help. Thon is lost, but Thon is okay. And Thon is a youngling. Thon can handle themselves. If someone is calling for help, that means they're in danger, and that must be attended to.
You turn away from Thon to head towards what you sense through the force, and it's always just out of reach. You take turns through this winding underground passage. You lose all sense of direction, and then you realize the ambient light is becoming more and more dim, Evie. If you go any further, you won't be able to see anything. What do you do?
Do I still hear someone calling for help?
It's so faint. You have to reach for it. And there are moments when you think, maybe, maybe it's just in my mind. Maybe I'm imagining this. And if you go into the darkness, what could you even do? You can't see. Maybe you can't even help. What do you do?
Evie takes a deep breath, and there's like a bit of shuddering, as almost the opposite of Thana. The moisture here is choking Evie up. The excess moisture is like almost too much, and it makes the air thick and heavy to breathe. And Evie thinks about what it means to be a Jedi, uh, and knows that even if he doesn't have his sense of sight, the Force is always with him, and the Force will guide him to where he needs to go. And so he wants to sort of, if the Force seems to be pulling him towards the darkness, he will step into the darkness.
I'd like to see you take a chance. Take a chance. Not a move that exists in masks, which when you take a chance to do something risky, roll with Renegade.
Oh, child. Uh, -2. That is a 5.
Oh my. Take a breath and you step into the darkness. And you follow that sound, that cry for help, until it grows weaker and weaker. And there's nothing. You can't, you strain in the darkness. Feet are wet. You're cold. It's gone. If it ever was there before. We cut to Nil. Nil, everyone all split off except for, Alali and Cyril. They all buddies, thick as thieves. What do you do?
Yeah, I think when Lolly and she's the one who took off, I think Neil was still kind of just confused by being where she is in this
Mm-hmm.
weird environment. And then she like half overhears what Thana and Evnos were talking about. So when they take off, I think she kind of trails behind them because that's at least someone who's familiar in this weird place. And they were going into like a crowds. She's used to crowds because
Yeah.
Coruscant is crowded. So that feels more natural to her than to go off like out into the wilderness with this weird dirt ground and who knows what that's like. Yeah, so I think she's been kind of following them, not really making herself known to them, but she also figures like, yeah, Evnos has been here before, so at least he knows something. And yeah, and Thana is from a planet, so they should also have some sense of how things work.
Sweet. So you're trailing after them, not hiding, but also not making
Mhm.
yourself known. And there's a point when they're about a street ahead of you. You still have them inside. They're talking to each other about something. And then someone comes up and grabs your arm. This little one did it. She stole from you. And
Let me go.
there's a crowd of people who are looking at you. Yeah, she stole it. She's a little thief. Look at her. And it, it looks like one of the merchants is trying to blame you for a theft. Oh, it's a real arm.
Yeah,
A
by
fine
my
question.
arm,
Oh, oh,
because I
oh,
have
your
a
arm.
yeah.
I should have thought more about that question. I think they grabbed your fleshy arm. Can we
Yeah, yeah,
easily like I imagine you're wearing like the little Padawan robes
yeah,
type thing.
yeah.
So oh look at that. She's a cyborg.
I think I just kick them in the shins and try to get away.
Ooh, I would like for you to directly engage a threat.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. That's renegade, right?
Uh that is a great question, and it is renegade.
Cool. Then I have a +2. That is a 5.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
potential
Sweet.
for me.
Yeah, I think you reach out and you kick him in the shin, and he cuffs you hard. Take a powerful blow.
Oof. Yeah, and I have one condition, so that's a +1, right?
That's right. You roll plus conditions marked. We're gonna say that this guy is a Duro. So he's like a
Hmm.
green skinned, red eyed Duros merchant
Yeah.
here, and he was accusing you of stealing, and you kick him in the shin real hard, and he cuffed you. So what did you roll on your take a powerful blow?
10.
Oh, amazing! By the way, don't forget Evnos mark potential for your miss, and
Yes.
Nil, you just rolled a miss, so mark potential for that as well. So, with a 10 plus on take a powerful blow, you must choose one. You must remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc. You lose control of yourself or your force powers in a terrible way. Two other options from the 7 to 9 list. That's down on row 77 of the moves tab.
Ooh. Well, I can't very well provoke a fellow student.
But
Um,
they're. Yeah. Um,
Two conditions. No. Let's see. Well, fleeing seems wrong here because they're trying to grab me. So, but I could remove myself from the situation in some other way. I think lose control of yourself or your force powers. I think it has to be that.
awesome. Um, I think he cuffs you, and this snap. I think you like force push him really hard and far away from you, send him sprawling, like lands in like a carton of little fruits and smashes that, and people are gasping like, oh. And you have a moment where you could get the hell out of here now if you want. What do you
Yeah.
do?
Yeah, I think it's not just a force push. I think she screams at him, and it's there's like a force enhancement of that combined with like the force push. And I think she just takes off and runs away.
Nice, nice, nice. I love it. I love it. I love it. Cool. Looking at time, this is when we will take our mid-game bio break. So let's do that. Okay, we're back. Allie, you just got the one of the many crystals that called to you. You and Cyril grabbed those crystals and have run off. When we pick up, where is the place that the two of you have settled to like play with your crystals, and you have a moment? Do you think that you are far away from the market in some place that's overlooking part of Jeddah City?
Hmm.
Do you think that maybe you're near the spaceport? Because hey, you could go back to the ships, but you got distracted.
Yeah, I kind of see it's
Uh,
like we found like a quieter like alley or something to kind of like hang out in, like sit up against the wall and show off our crystals.
cool. And Cyril has her crystal. She's like, okay, what does yours feel like? What's it saying to you?
It just feels like comfortable.
Comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay.
How's yours?
I don't know. I just like it. I think it's really pretty.
Cool. We're gonna have matching lightsabers, and it's gonna be the best time ever. We're
It
gonna go
is.
fight separatists. Is that already? Yeah. Or whatever we fight, we're gonna fight bad guys. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. But like they're a matched pair. Can they go in different? What if we put two in the same lightsaber?
And get like a double lightsaber. That'd be really
Yeah.
cool.
Like one coming out one way and then the other way.
Yeah,
Or is that the
yeah.
same crystal? I
Do
don't
they have the
really
same?
understand.
Well, if we had just two crystals with one blade, that would be like a double strong blade.
Mm-hmm.
But we could have, we maybe we could have two lightsabers that kind of like hook together, and then we can like take them apart, and then we can both use them. Like we're like they're like best friend lightsabers, just like we're best friends.
Right. Right. It feels comfortable for you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yours
Cool.
doesn't feel comfortable yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, probably just have to like give us some time.
Okay. What do you think Stacey's going to say when we go back because we did it so fast?
Oh well, we have to figure out where we got it because we can't say that we got it from the market, right?
Oh, right.
Well, did they say we couldn't get it from the market or we couldn't buy it from the market? Because we didn't buy it.
We didn't buy it, so I think we're in the clear.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we just got them. We found them near the market, which is technically true because the market is near the market.
Everything's near the market. That
Yeah.
market's huge. It was
Yeah.
so big. I can't
There's
believe
not really a
Evie
lot.
couldn't like pass last time. What's wrong with his stupid head?
I don't know. It just wasn't looking hard enough.
Super easy.
Yeah. Really, like just right there, first thing.
It's not talking to you. Your crystal, right?
Not like talking.
Okay, because mine's not either. So
Yeah.
it's
No,
the
I don't think
same
it's supposed to talk. It should be like a feeling, right?
feeling, right? A
Yeah.
connection, right?
Yeah. So you feel it connected, right? I
Not
mean,
yet.
the force is in everything, so it's in this crystal, so it should be fine.
Right. Yeah. By extension of logic, I am connected to it because we're connected to everything. But
Yeah.
like, I don't feel anything special yet. Can we swap? Maybe I'll be connected to yours.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Let's swap.
It. And this other one, like it really calls to you. Like it feels warm. It feels like a friend to you. Just as much as the other one. Just like, okay. Okay. I'm hungry. Like get some food or something.
Is there something to eat back on the ship, or should we go? Let's go get something. Let's go find something to eat. The market's big, right? They don't sell just crystals.
Yeah, let's go to the but I don't have any money. Do you have any money?
I mean, maybe we can pay with a promise again.
Okay, sure. I mean, we're gonna be Jedi, so
Yeah, they kind
we
of
can
owe
do
us
whatever we
in
want.
advance.
This is gonna be so good.
Yeah,
We're
yeah, we're gonna
Jedi.
we're gonna be the best Jedi's.
I think our robes should be prettier than their robes, though, because
I mean,
like
they're gonna be regardless.
Stacey Teen's robes are so boring.
I mean, I think once we get to be real Jedi, we get to choose our robes. So I've seen people wear all sorts of different kinds of stuff, kind of the same, but like everyone's got their own thing.
You get up, and the two of you are like headed back to the market. She says, "You know what we could do is we could like create like an umbrella kind of thing for the laser sword to come out all kinds of different ways, and you could
Oh, that'd be
spin
really
it.
cool. And spin it around, yeah.
Yeah, we just hack them up." And we will cut away from you to nil. So you pushed that guy really hard and ran off. Um, and I think when you run off, you end up you run and you see like you pass out and you see Allie and Cirrus like Cyril heading back the way, but they're like one street over from you.
Mhm.
What do you do?
Um, hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna run over to them because even though I don't think I feel like a strong connection to them. They're still familiar faces.
So Allie,
Yeah, yeah.
you hear them, you hear Nil running up an alley towards you, and Cyril's like, "Oh, it's Nil." So Lolly, what do you do when you see Nil running up towards you?
Yeah.
Oh, Mark, can you hear us?
When Nil's running up to us.
Yep. Yep.
I think we like run up and excitedly show our crystals. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, we got crystals already. What did you get?
Yeah. What'd you get? What'd you get?
I think I'm just looking behind me and trying to kind of get in behind you in case someone's
Yeah.
still following me.
That's when you see several people come down the road past, and one of them sees the three of you. They don't necessarily like know Nil is among them, but like, hey, over here, a bunch of little Jedi kids. Oh man, we're gonna get
we
in a
we
fight.
gotta run. We gotta run.
Um. Yeah. There's a lot of them. We should probably run.
Sweet. And you do see some of them have blasters on them, others have staves and other things. They're not firing them at you, but they're coming up the alleyway towards you guys. You take off and
Yeah. I
run,
take off
which
like the way that we came from, so we know where we're going.
oh, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds so smart.
Yeah. It's
I
really
think you
good.
should take a chance.
Yeah. Let's see. Take a
So
chance.
if you want, one can help the other. There is one team in the pool.
Mm.
So one of you could make the roll and the other can help.
I've got 2 renegades, so I can make the roll if you want.
Sure, I can go either way.
Oh, you've also got 2 renegade. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Um, I'll roll. Yeah, sure.
Hmm? You can help after the fact, right?
Yeah, I think so,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah.
So you don't have to burn the team pool unless you want to.
That is an 8.
Hey, so that team would
Chance.
not change the result. You get
Part of what you're after or cost you GM
okay.
choice.
Yeah, you only get part of what you're after. It costs you GM's choice. Here's what it costs you.
Mm.
One of you will fall behind or become separated from the others. And Lolly, you get to choose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. Um, yeah. And I think it is Cyril that falls behind.
Yes. So all three of you run at some point. And Nil, how is it that Cyril gets separated from the two of you?
I think she turns around at some point and stumbles a bit, like runs into something, and we don't notice because we're just running at full tilt. And yeah, we can't hear her when she calls to us because there's like a lot of people and noise and stuff.
Nice, nice. We cut to Thana. You had separated yourself, head down where it was wetter. The coughing seems to have dissipated. You've been walking in this underground tunnel. It's forked a few ways. How are you figuring out which way you want to go, where you need to end up?
So I'm reaching out a little bit to see if I can feel anything with the force. And I think in general, there's a direction that's more humid. I think Jeddah keeps a lot of water underground in reservoirs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think I'm basically headed towards wherever the water is because it feels most comfortable. And that's where I must be feeling the right place.
The water starts to get deeper here. No problem for you. You're a Mon Calamari. At one point, you've reached an area where you realize, oh, I'm at the well, like a shelf, and you see one of the reservoirs. There's a small lake. Water is cascading down from several different tunnels and other areas. It's actually kind of beautiful. Until you feel something like brush against your leg, it was enough to slightly knock you off balance. What do you do?
Um, so I can't tell what this is.
It's
Something
pretty
alive.
murky.
I think
Yeah.
I'm going to swim away from it. I'm a pretty good swimmer, so I
Hmm.
think I'm going to hop into the water and swim away from it and see if I can't get a look for how big it is. If it's a little
Yeah.
fish, no problem.
Sure, sure. Dive into the water. Very good swimmer. You look up, and that's when um, you see something like a little protrusion pop up from the water. It looks like that.
Oh, okay.
Um, and do you guess that like an eye stalk that big maybe is attached to something kind of large? And then that's when you see a little bit of a wake as this thing starts moving towards you like it spotted you. What do you do?
I think I need to get away.
It seems like a good choice.
Yeah. So I think I'm
Yeah.
going to try and swim away. If it is large, I'm sticking close to the edge of the reservoir, looking for a pipe or an outlet or something like that that I could slip into that would be uh, smaller than something big able to get into this area.
Okay. That sounds good. I think of the basic moves you have access to, you're taking a chance. You're doing something risky. You're trying
Okay.
to swim away. So let's have you roll plus renegade.
Hey, that's a 7.
Okay. Yeah. So on a 7 to 9, you only get part of what you're after, or it costs you. GM's choice. You swim away from this creature, and you realize, oh, well, it circles away. That little cranny that you've wedged yourself into, it can't, it either doesn't want to or can't get into that smaller area. You start to feel a sense of relief. That's when you feel it. Something in the force, something down there in the water. One of the crystals is calling to you. You just know. But that creature's in the way. You're going to have to do something about it. Evie,
Yes.
that voice that was asking for help is gone. You're in the dark. You're alone. You feel hopeless.
Oh, should I mark hopeless again?
No, not
Okay.
yet. You did get comforter supported. You felt hopeless to this point. You know what? Actually, yeah, you missed. I think if you're okay
Yeah,
with it, I
I'm
think
okay
you
with it.
feel it like creeps back in again.
It creeps, yeah, no, I think it creeps back in. And Evie sort of hunches down and the tears come. And there's no positive there's no nothing here. As someone who's used to feeling others' emotions and allowing that to kind of almost as like a self-soothing technique, uh like find whoever's in the best mood, go with that. Like there's nothingness here. It's just dark, and now not even the force is speaking to him, and he's gonna be here forever. And that's what was supposed to happen. The Jedi must have made a mistake, and when they took him, and he just like sits down, brings his knees to his chest, wraps his arms around them, and starts sobbing.
one comes to comfort you, Evnos. No one comes to hug away the feeling. You're all by yourself. How long do you marinate in that misery of feeling so hopeless before you realize nothing's going to change until you change it?
So I think for Evnos, it's forever. It's forever, but in actuality, it's probably maybe like 30 minutes.
Whew, that's a long time to sit in the dark crying, man. That is.
Yeah.
Whew.
But to him, it's like forever. It's forever and a day. He's been down here longer than he was ever above ground. Uh, like,
I've forgotten what the sun is like.
what is the sun? So I haven't tasted. He was like, yeah. Um, but I think yeah, for like a solid 30 minutes, he kind of goes through all these emotions, and then he thinks that how can he help others if he can't help himself? And he gets up, and I think he like splays his little arms out and tries to feel for the sides of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows what way he was at least going to start. And so he's gonna reach into his pocket and pull out like this tiny little knife. Uh, and he's gonna like press it a little into the side of the cave, and then as he starts like he's walking against the like making like sort of sideways walking, he's got one hand behind the knife in the little crevice
Mm-hmm.
so that he knows that he's making this, so if he can't see but he can feel this, so he will know if he gets turned around or something happens with where he's going, he'll feel the break in the wall or like the little mark he's etching.
I like that. I think that's a good way to justify you trying to assess the situation to find a way forward.
Yeah.
So when you assess the situation, you roll with consular.
Oh, hey, I'm not bad at this and I don't have a negative to it.
I know.
14.
Wow. You are so assessing. You get two questions. You act on the answer, you get a +1 forward doing so.
Uh, how can we best end this? And by this, I mean being lost quickly.
You realize that you had moved so long in the dark that you had moved away from the sewers, and where there are sewers that are active, there are people. So follow the smell.
Yeah, and he has heightened senses, so yeah,
Mhm.
he's gonna follow the smell and keep up with that. And then I think the other question is, uh, interesting. What, it's such a silly question. What here can I use to be the best Jedi ever? Because that's just like how a little child thinks. Like,
Sweet. You follow the smell heading towards the scent of awful and rankness.
yeah,
And then as you get to a point where, oh, there are some streets, you see occasional like covers and little bits of ambient light shining in. You see one little shaft of light that hits a crystal stuck here in the sewer, mired. and grime. It's periwinkle in color, which is very pretty.
Yeah, I don't think he's seen a lot of crystals before, your blues and your whites and green, like the more common colors before as other students came back onto the ship holding their little prizes. But I don't think he's ever seen one this color. And I think he ducks down and pulls a little canteen out and uses like water from it to clear it up and is surprised at how big it is actually once the muck is pulled away. It's probably the biggest kyber crystal he's ever seen. Uh, and he takes the knife and like manages to slit it under to get it out. And it takes up, like, he's small, but it takes up the whole of his palm, like in his hands. And yeah, a smile comes to his face because he he must have always been meant to have this happen, right? That is the way of the Force. The Force was guiding him. And he picks up this large crystal, uh, and looks towards where the nearest source of light is and starts to run towards it because he's so excited.
Nice. I love it. Thon, you finally found it. Your lightsaber, you think? Your kyber crystal that will power your lightsaber. But it's beyond a creature, a Dianoga. You've heard of those things. They're massive. They're rather scary. What do you do?
I'm gonna wait for a little while and watch it. Be patient, watch it, and see if it goes away or if it's making rounds. And when it's far enough away, whenever it's where I think it's as far as it's going to get, I'm going to make a rush and towards where this kyber crystal is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, see if I can't grab it and then blast back towards the surface. And I think I'm going to use the force to help speed me along.
Yeah. Let's have you unleash the force to overcome an obstacle.
Fantastic. That is with Savant. Hey, I'm good at that. That's 12.
Wow, man, the dice are really what you guys succeed, which is great. On a hit, you do it. It is you do not have to mark a condition. It is not unstable. It is stable. And I'm curious, what does it look like when you heroically avoid this Dianoga in order to retrieve the crystal from the bottom of this little underground reservoir?
So I think, I sense the crystal down in the depths, but I can't see it. And I get ready and I see the Dianoga pass, you know, at its furthest point where I think I've seen it get so far. And that's whenever I bend down and I push off from the wall, and it's like a streak going through the water. And as soon as that happens, the Dianoga turns to follow. And I see a glimmer as I'm streaming through the water. I see a glimmer of light as I come up and I reach out and I grab it, and it's embedded in like a stalagmite on the bottom. And I grab it, and then I use my feet to push off the bottom, and we see the glassy, surface water of the reservoir. And then all of a sudden, I erupt from it and land, flop into the pipe, um, clutching the crystal in my hand.
Amazing. I love it. That is so cool. Well, Allie and Nil, the two of you avoid that angry crowd who were upset about Nil. Allie, you heard them screaming about the little one with the cyber arm and how she hurt somebody.
Yeah, checks out.
Yeah. Nil, where is it that the two of you, and you realize maybe around this time that it is just the two of you, end up finding a place where they haven't, where they pass by? Do you duck into someone's home? Is it just an alcove of somewhere? Do you go up onto the roof? Where do you think, Nil, that you escaped to?
Um, up onto the roofs seems natural. I think where Neil lived when she was before she was found, there was
Mm.
she did a lot of climbing, like there was abandoned buildings and that sort of thing. We
Nice.
we and while they're climbing up, she's going, we lost Cyril. We gotta go back. We gotta go back and find her.
Cyril's tough. She'll catch up with us.
Oh, okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, yeah. We've got oh, we've got matching crystals.
Okay. You found yours already.
Yeah, super easy. The force
Very
called us to them.
ingenious.
I said
Oh,
that in my
okay.
head.
Cool. Yeah, I think Neil lets that placate her and yeah, climb up onto the roofs and try to like hanging over the edge a bit, try to spot where the people who are chasing them
Hmm.
are running, and then run over to the other side of the house of the building and like scramble over yeah to in the other direction.
Cool. As the two of you are up here on this roof, I'm just like 3 stories up, right? Um, so you look down onto several of the awnings, and you see people passing by, and some of them have dispersed, like gone back to their regular lives because they've lost you. Others are continuing to look for you. Allie, Neil, it there's a man up here. You realize, even though you looked around the roof, there's a point where you both look and go over the side, and then we come back up. There's He's just leaned against one of the like I guess chimney type things, and he has this stick. He's human, male. He's in this like black garb. The girl's having some trouble.
Don't talk to him.
Um, um, I think Allie kind of like breaks into fake tears. He goes, "Mister, we're lost. I don't know how we got up here. Help us down."
Oh, and that's when you realize his eyes are like cataracted or something. Oh, I'm just a blind man. I'm not sure I can help you guys, girls, get down.
Ellie does the.
He
Let's go. Let's
holds his
just go.
stick. He reaches a hand slowly out towards you. What what are you doing on Jeddah? You don't sound like you're from here.
No, we're younglings. We're here to get our lightsaber crystals.
Tell him
Oh,
stuff.
do you find him?
Yeah.
Did you choose your crystal, or did the order choose it for you?
No, we definitely chose it.
Oh,
Are
what do
you a
you think? You're gonna be a
Jedi?
Jedi now, huh?
Well, not yet. We got to be Padawans first, and then we'll be Jedis, and then we'll be Masters.
That sounds very impressive. What about you, girl? I hear something from your body. Mechanical?
Don't tell him anything. We're not going to be anything if we don't get away from this guy.
He's not going to do anything to us. Seems nice.
He's going to stick.
Yeah, but we're Jedi, or gonna be.
You stay away from us, or I'll throw you down from the roof.
Little girl, you know, I'm not surprised that you're trained to be a Jedi. Running around with the lightsabers. Might makes right, right?
And I think that just goes over Neil's head. It's just, no, stay back. I threw a guy into a cart just now.
Mm-hmm. You did. I guess that's what they taught you? How to hurt people?
No,
Sometimes you have to hurt people, right? Bad people.
You're
no, but
looking
he
for
he said I was a
Kaiba.
thief, and I'm not a thief. He
You're
he was
not? Okay.
he grabbed my arm.
Oh, that's not nice.
I agree. That's not right. So you're here to take some crystals, Kaiba?
Yeah, we got some. Or I don't know. Did you get yours?
No,
Oh, well, we're gonna get some.
The Kaiba is sacred. Should not be used for violence. Don't
But
you think?
like lightsabers, though, that's what
Mm,
they're for.
that's a Jedi weapon.
Yeah.
There are other ways.
Okay.
I hope I plant a seed. And you think about this someday.
Okay.
Then he gestures with his stick over. There's a rope. You can take it to the next roof. Get down from there.
I don't trust him.
Okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna go.
He turns his head like he's looking at you, but it's never focused, right? And he doesn't move to stop you. What do you do? It looks like the people who are chasing you, Nil, are gone. You have no idea where Cyril's gone.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So how do
Yeah,
you get down
head over
from?
to the rope and head down.
Yeah.
Cool. As you're starting to climb down, Nil, you get a feeling of something up here on the roof still. Feels like it's calling to you.
Kind of look back over my shoulder, which I think I've been doing anyway because I'm still
Sure,
suspicious
of course. This guy's
of this
super
guy.
sus. And you were rather sure that there's a crystal up here on this roof, directly underneath his left foot.
Oof.
Oh, I've revealed a picture of the person you guys have been chatting with.
I assume it's someone we recognize.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
I think the players might recognize.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't think.
No, no, no. I don't think the characters will, but I suspect. Um, where is?
Oh, it's in the NPCs. I was
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
reading it.
yeah. Yeah, that's who I was expecting.
Yep.
Not very subtle, but yeah.
That's me. I'm subtle.
Um, yeah, I think with like she feels like she has failed at everything today. She was guilty beforehand,
Oh
because of
no.
something that happened during training.
Uh-huh.
And now she's here and she has not found a crystal and they've lost Cyril and she's been accused of being a thief and she maybe hurt someone, which she shouldn't have done. So if all of that goes wrong and she doesn't come back with a crystal, that's going to be just awful. Even though she knows Evnos came back without a crystal once, it's still like on top of everything else, it just feels intolerable. Um, so I think, well, this is a terrible idea, but I think I need to try to assess the situation
Yes, that's the situation.
because she's like she's hesitating about climbing down and she needs to figure out is this how bad of an idea is it to try to get that crystal.
Okay, you have a -2 to assess because of your guilty condition.
Yeah, but it's consular, which is 0, so it's
You're
just a
rolling
minus
flat.
2.
Man, if only Allie was considerate enough to comfort or support you in your time of feeling guilty.
Oh, but I get an
There we
8
go.
anyway. I don't need comfort and support. I can do this on my
You're
own.
fine.
Hmm. You get a question.
I get a question. I need to check the move. Assess the situation. Um, well, I guess what here can I use to get the crystal?
I- It's a modified version. If you could take this pebble from my hand, um, you need to move him. Like, what
Mhm,
can you use? You could maybe try to overpower him. You could appeal to him. You get the feeling that he's been waiting for this realization.
mhm. So this is like I'm thinking, oh, he had it the whole time. He knew I needed a crystal, and he didn't, and he's got one. And he is obviously a very sus guy. He doesn't like the Jedi, it seems like. Um, but I don't want to hurt him because he's just a blind old man. That's really bad. If I like actually hurt him to get the crystal, that would be terrible. Um, so I think she's just going to try to talk to him.
Okay, so Ellie,
Uh,
like you're starting to head down that rope, and Dill starts to go is right behind you, and then stops, and then she starts walking back towards that guy.
Bill, what are you doing?
shh, shh. Um,
What shush?
Mister, I don't know why you don't like the Jedi, but I have to have a come back with a crystal, and I don't have anywhere else to go. So could I have the one you're standing on? You don't need it, right?
So this crystal, you felt it,
I mean, yeah.
and he stands up, and then kneels down where he's about your height.
Hmm.
Repeat after me. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
I'm one with the Force is with me.
Then he has you repeat it a few more times. And then he moves his knee, and there underneath is a particularly beautiful bluish white crystal. He doesn't hand it to you. You have
Hmm.
to make the final step. Like, he's not menacing, he just reveals it to you. What do you do?
Well, I'm not as wary of him as I was, but I'm still worried that this is some kind of trick. So I think I look over my shoulder to see, like, is Alali looking up over
Yep.
the?
Like over
Yeah,
the.
yeah, yeah. So that I know that you can see what's happening,
Mm.
and that makes me feel a little bit safer. So I kind of like move forward a little bit, and then kind of just snatch the crystal and back away. I don't like run away completely, but I back away a little bit
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
see how he reacts.
He smiles. There are many ways to solve problems, not always violence. Yes?
Yeah, I guess.
For defense, to protect people.
Yeah, to protect people.
Seek out information on the wills in your big fancy temple. And may the Force be with you.
May the force be with you. And then she rushes off to Alali. We gotta go now.
Oh, let's go.
Cool.
We gotta find Cyril.
So we cut to the four younglings making your way back to the ship. Sora Bulk, I think, is seated on the like gangway with one leg hanging off. He's hovering a couple of like little metal balls, style similar to uh, oh shoot, like in the labyrinth.
Yep.
The Goblin King does the thing, except he's just hovering it over, and you don't see Sacy Teen until he emerges from the ship as the four of you come walking towards. You never found Cyril. Allie and Nilly couldn't find her anywhere. And Sora Bulk lifts his head to regard the four of you as you approach. Evnos, what's the expression on your face as you return victorious with your periwinkle crystal?
Huh. I think it's this kind of like a surety, right? Like he was capable, he did it. It just he needed the right time and space, and now he's got this in his mind giant crystal. Um, and so he's like not like little kid happy, but he's kind of a bit like puffed up and proud. Like before he was like hunching into himself and trying not to like he is standing as tall as he kind of can and is like holding it out in front of him like look at like you know like I've got it this time.
Nice. What about Thon? What's your expression as you come back?
I'm actually out of breath coming back. Um, I'm dripping and stopping wet, and I think I've run back. I don't want to be in this place any longer than I have to because there's scary monsters and even scarier groups of people. So I come out and I'm out of breath, and I go over to the workbench and I kind of set the crystal down on the workbench and look up at the rest of them.
Nice. What about a lolly?
I, I think I realized that somehow I've wound up with both of the crystals.
Yeah, I think
Like,
maybe as you were coming near the spaceport,
yeah,
you stumble upon it.
like
I don't
open up
think
my hand, like, oh shit, why do I have both of them? Oh.
I like that. I like that.
um, yeah, and I think I'm like unsure, like which one of these should I use for my lightsaber?
Nice. Still unsure. And then Nil, when you return to the Jedi Masters.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of trailing behind a little bit, looking over my shoulder, um, and still, yeah, feeling really weird about the whole thing. It was a strange experience, and that guy who I thought was scary turned out to be nice. And now I look at the Jedi Masters a bit differently because yeah, they yeah, what's going on here?
Awesome. So you present your crystals, and both of the masters, Sorabok and Seizitin, both nod approvingly. Seizitin even drops to a knee and gives you like a comforting hug, Evie. Good job. And yeah, then Sora says, Cyril will not be returning to us. We will not discuss this further.
Wait, why not?
She was right behind us, and I wanted to go back and get her, but she
Yeah,
wasn't there.
we'll just wait for her. She'll come back. It's fine.
We will not discuss this further.
Why not?
Because they've said so. If the mouse, if they've said we are not to discuss this further, then that is the best path of the Force.
That doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't we just would you leave me behind?
And the gangway starts rising, and Seizitin gives you one last little hug, Evano, and they start heading out towards the cockpit to like take off. They're
Nice.
not dignifying that with an answer, which is kind of a yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, which do we think is cooler? Like, you place the crystals in your lightsaber while in hyperspeed heading back towards, so you arrive with the Jedi Temple and present your lightsabers, or you keep the crystal safe until you get back to Coruscant and then go through the ritually putting your kyber crystal in the hilt of your lightsaber there in front of everyone, which is more interesting. I couldn't quite decide which was cooler.
I like doing it in transit. Kids aren't going to wait. I think that there's like a yeah, that's my vote.
Yeah.
I kind of felt the opposite, but not super strongly. I felt like
Jedi are big
one,
on ceremony, and
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
doing it in front of everyone is a thing, but
Yeah, and I
also,
feel like spending the time, like now I'm looking at it from the master's perspective, like spending that time in transit means they can kind of check in on are they actually
Mm,
attuned to the crystals or whatever. Plus, it means they're not giving lightsabers to excited younglings in a
on a spaceship.
spaceship. But I'm not feeling strongly about it. So if we want to go with doing it on the ship, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, I'm good either way.
Kay, did you have thoughts on which was
I do like the ceremony. I also I think there's something to that. Also, like uh I imagine Evnos's crystal needs to be kind of refined a little bit from what I've looked at. And I don't know if on a moving ship is if they have the tool. I guess they could have the tools.
Yeah.
Um,
So, cool. Stacey Teen tells the four of you, now you will spend this time in transit back to Coruscant, attuning yourself to the crystal. Evie, we need to make some slight alterations to yours. I want your hand to do this. I will show you. And then each of you have, like, I imagine there are quarters, but I don't know if anyone's seen Ahsoka, but I really like the idea of the like bunks built in, also lower decks, like bunks built in type thing, and a few other places where you can go to find solitude, to attune yourself to your crystal. Unless someone wanted a scene with that, I'm okay just eliding that. That's what you do while in light speed travel. You ride on Coruscant. The Jedi have all gathered. The younglings, the Padawans, are there for this big ceremonial thing as each of you come up. And as a group, all of the younglings, you have your lightsaber hilts and you place your little crystals in. Anything, any moments there that you want to highlight for your particular, like how does Alali figure out, oh, she's supposed to have two lightsabers? Like, when does that dawn on her?
I think she's told like these are both attuned to you. Like these are both yours.
Yeah, I like Sora being the one to say
Yeah,
both of them are attuned to you.
yeah, and I think Ollie still like harbors the idea that like Cyril will come back and I'll give her her saber when she comes back. I'll
Oh,
keep it
you're
safe for
holding
her.
on to it for Cyril.
Yeah.
Oh, right in the gut.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. That's so good.
I
Uh,
think. Oh, sorry.
no.
I think Evnos did some refining, but it's still decently large. And as he goes to like slide it in, he has to kind of shove a little to get the actual whole crystal to fit into the compartment. And without realizing it as he does it, the back end of the hilt bursts open. So it's open on both ends. And at that same time, he's holding it and is like, oh no, I broke it. But while holding it, it suddenly lights up and we see that it's like the dual blade.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nice. Nice. What about Forthana?
Um, so I think Thana um spent some time putting together the hilt and trying to figure out how to get this all to work. And they did it mostly, um, they went back to the archives. They spent a lot of time there and found like plans from an old Jedi and used that to piece it together. My lightsaber is legendary. It has a history and lineage. And this was a another shunned Jedi named Sean, Satel Shan, and basically put it together. And so whenever he goes to the ceremony, it's this kind of it's kind of a it looks very fancy, almost pretentious.
Very cool. I love that. Neil, what is?
Yeah. I think Neil has been like m much more than she usually is because I think she's pretty active, but she's been like meditating over her crystal the whole way back. And I think when she's putting it into her lightsaber hilt, she whispers to herself, "The Force is with me. I am one with the Force."
Awesome. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Yep, and then this is the like choosing, the gathering. You have your first lightsaber, and that is when your masters choose you. And Saisi Teen comes to you, Evnos, Sora, Bulk comes to you, Alali, Isla Sakura comes to choose you, Thana, and then finally Vulvif Mon comes to you, Nil. And I think we have the like swell of John Williams styled music, and the end of our session. Are we good with that being an end? I should make space in case someone. Okay. Cool. At the end of every session, I know it's a flashback, so this is kind of weird, but I want us to get in the habit of it. And also, it's fun to move around these things. And we can do it as you, oh, I remember that this person. So, did you We'll start with Alali. Did you grow closer to your team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from your team?
Ooh. Um, weirdly enough, I feel like closer. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Who made you feel welcome?
Hmm. Feel welcome. I mean, maybe nil. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels right.
Yeah.
Thunabora. Oh, Neil, did you already have influence?
Um, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, you get to shift Alali's labels. Lali, because you chose that, you clear a condition or mark potential.
Mhm.
Fauna, did you grow closer to your team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from your teammates?
I think I grew into my own image of myself. Um, I was reluctant to go out on my own and I depended on others. And I think I realized I can do this.
Very cool. Then shift one label up and another down.
Okay.
Evnos, did you grow closer to your team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from your team?
I think probably into own image of self.
Explain how you see yourself and shift your labels.
Yeah, I think I see myself as less ordinary and more knight-like. I think like he got it took time, but he was almost like he found this big special crystal that then became this two-parter, and then Sacy Tin, the knight of all knights, was like, "You, I choose you," and so he sees himself as uh like one day I'm gonna grow up and be Sacy.
Nice. I like that. You get to shift one label up and another down. Nil, did you grow closer to your team, grow away from your team, or grow into your own image of yourself?
Closer to the team, and Alali made me feel welcome.
Okay. Alali, do you already have influence over Nil? Okay.
Think
Then
you
shift
do? I think
one.
everyone has. Yeah.
Yeah. Shift Nil's labels, one up, one down, and Nil, you get to clear a condition or mark potential. And I have hidden the younglings. I transferred over the potential. I don't know if everybody marked potential when you rolled a miss, because I know Evno had a miss, Thana had a miss. I feel like
I rolled
Nil.
a miss. I've
Yeah.
taken
Okay. So
that here,
okay.
and you get one for the growing closer, right?
Yes, you
So I think I
can
should have
clear a
two.
condition or mark potential. You don't have any conditions, so you should mark
I'm
potential.
angry, but I'm happy
Oh,
being
that's true.
angry.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong column.
I had two to start, missed once, so I have three now.
Okay, good, good. I
I
just
don't
didn't
think
want
I
anybody to
did
miss
any
it.
misses.
I guess everything was mixed. I just felt like you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. I got 13 in the mixed. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I just don't want anybody to miss it. Okay, because we can see the log of rolls with this new roller. So, uh, that is the end of that piece. So we have moved past the. Boy, I really don't like. I'm gonna try popping. I'm sorry. I'm trying to change my background again because I want to, and it is sucky. I do not like this way that they've changed it. Darn it. Anyway, let's do stars and wishes. We start with wishes so we can end with stars. Who has wishes from our second session here?
Not an immediate wish, but very interested to see what becomes of our lost little friend.
Yep, yep.
I'm the same. I looked around and found a couple of pictures, depending on exactly what happens, that
Thank
I'm going to
you.
put in the chat.
Oh, you're wonderful.
So it's
Holy
super
shit. It's
interesting.
Battle Beast.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I agree.
Good. I'm really happy that that panned out well. Good. Any other wishes?
Well, I'm super interested in figuring out what Neil has carried with her from this encounter and how that will develop in the future.
I agree. That's gonna be really cool.
I'm just excited for more. Like, we've done a lot of really great establishing. Um, and I'm also excited to see. I want to do some kind of scene with Nil now that we are officially rivals, and we haven't had a scene together. I think setting up that dynamic will be really fun to play off of.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'm excited for that.
Okay. Kay, for some reason you went last with wishes, so you get to go
Oh
first with
no.
stars. You get to spam the chat. Go for it.
Oh no, I was gonna say this is bad. I should never go first. Um, Oh my God. Stephen, I love Thana. Thana is just such a sweet. I just like her searching out, or they're searching out for like this place that was more comfortable for them, and then being faced with battle and like not being afraid is so what a badass little baby. Like just 12 out of 10, so cool. And that's really interesting to see as a reflection of the Thana we met in the first episode, who was like mastering the Zen. There's just like such this like collectedness about Thana that is really very interesting, especially in a masks game. I find like being collected and composed, not a thing most mask characters are great at. But Thana is doing it very diligently, and yeah, stars to you for that. It's a wonderful thing to see. Again, also transformed. Damn, I guess you could be cool. Uh, Even though we didn't have like moves and stuff, that was great. Oh my God, just Ollie, Lolly running off with Cyril, giving her this friend that she has lost, and having that as like a great sort of setup to becoming this kind of hotshot character, like really like it makes you like think like, oh my God, who would Alali be if Cyril had come back, right? Like if they had gone together, and also like the questioning of the authority, very tiny delinquent child, perfect.
Mhm.
Uh just chef kiss. Rich, I loved the youngling episode, the setup you had, very cute. I like that they all had little nicknames, like that they weren't, their big full adult names. They were like Allie and Thon and Millie and Evie, and that was very cute. I also liked having those moments of Stacey like being proud, or like taking like seeing sort of with his mentor and having that kind of moment was great to be like, oh, this is the moment he was chosen, this is what he sort of overcame, and how all of those thoughts kind of presided to like shaping up the character. So setting all that up is really great and fun. And then poor Nil, I just like I'm like, Nil, your life, you deserve so much better. Like getting blamed for stealing, being left alone in the under area, missing your arm, and then now you have like this very weird experience with this interesting, cool guy who's like, yes, Jedi, but no Jedi. And like, I don't have the things people know because I don't know the shows and the
It's
books and
okay.
the movies. And so for me, I'm just like, oh, this is interesting. This doesn't seem like a Sith. Uh, and like this, so this is another thing, and I'm very curious how having that in the heart of your moment, and also like not battling but also not being given it, like it was a very unique way of finding that feels very nil, and I'm excited to see how that imposes on the way in which Nil sort of sets herself up, quote unquote, as a Jedi.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it too.
And I'll stop now, or else I'll take all of them.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's jump next to Steven. Did you have any stars that are left out there?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, you know, again, kudos to you, Rich, for the youngling, de-aging and flashback kind of episode. That was really good. and fit in really well with this series, as in going back to see our stuff, and going back to see, this pivotal moment of how we joined the Padawan Order and all that kind of stuff. And then plus uh I like the idea of having, guest stars. So having Chirrut show up from one of the movies, that was really good. Um and um I really liked seeing how everyone kind of did their own thing. The best one, the one I thought I connected to was the Padawan that wasn't present, that isn't around anymore, and how Mark just took off with them and they're like, we're best friends. We're going to do all this thing. We're going to do the wrong thing and get away with it. And isn't this awesome? And I'm like, oh, that's super weird. And then, yeah, at the very end, I especially like, I have two lightsabers. One of them's for my friend.
That's
So very
so
good. Very
good.
good. Yeah.
Oh man, that blew my mind.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about that. That's perfect.
And I really liked, again, you know, the achievement of getting a lot of these things through peace and through discovery rather than, you have to fight something off or anything like that. I liked how it worked out that way for us.
I was hopeful, right? I did not want these to be things that were won by conquest. So I tried not to set up, like I set up danger, but I didn't try to set up a thing of, oh, and this crystal is revealed to you because you killed this monster. Like that seems super against type for especially age inappropriate. So I'm glad that you
Well,
appreciate that.
and I have to say, Mark negotiated and got his crystal. Andesh, you know, again negotiated with Chirrut and said, hey, um, I need that thing, and learned a little bit of wisdom at it. And Evno searched and found theirs. It all fit really well. The players did that as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
carried that. Excellent. Adesh, did you have any stars?
Yeah, super fun episode. I was a bit hesitant at first because I have a really hard time with children in peril. But I think we set up enough guardrails that I felt very comfortable when
Okay.
we went
Good.
into it. So no worries there. And yeah, great episode. I really like how everyone leaned into being kids. Evnos just breaking down in the underground and then being so happy and proud when he came back with his crystal, and Mark just investing so heavily in this character who we knew was going to be lost. That was a really strong choice, and Thana going for the like, yeah, underground water, this is where I'm comfortable, and then being smart and cool around the Dianoga. That was really fun to see as well. And yeah, Rich for putting us into these situations. And just personally, that scene with Chirrut was really emotional for me. I think Chirrut maybe he's maybe my favorite character, like
Amazing.
as a positive character in Star Wars. So that was really great. I had not expected that to touch me so much. So that was really great.
I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. I think that character's just an incredible alternate view to the dogma that a lot of folks think of, and I'm really happy that it worked for you. Sweet. Finish this up, Mark. Did you have any last stars? Anything left out there?
Yeah, everything everyone already said. Yeah, I just in general, I really enjoyed the framing of the episode. It was a really great transition to like underscore a lot of the stuff that's like we already kind of know about the characters, but really deepened a lot of the choices we made and like not necessarily explain things, but gave context and but also like planted a lot of fun seeds to play with later on. Yeah,
Yeah.
just all around a good time.
Yeah. I'm this came out so much better than I hoped. Like, okay, we'll
Yeah,
have some fun, but man, we have some
it was
really
really
good
good.
resonance. Um, that Mark Major guy was so smart with talking about the fun of knowing where you're going to end up. Because I think it gave you, Mark, the freedom to go, like, I'm going to embrace this character we know won't come back.
Yeah, we're
And
best
that,
friends.
oh,
Everything will be
so
fine.
cool. What a bold, bold choice that really, so excited. I can't wait. I can't wait for more, but I have to because we are end of this session. Thank you all so much. And thanks for anybody who was watching. With that, we'll bring this recording to a close.